Sci-Fi movie nerds, and welcome to another episode of the Sci-Fi Movie Guide. My name is Mike, and we are talking about the 5 biggest mistakes Disney has made since they've taken over Lucasfilm, and therefore the mistakes they've made in Star Wars. These are in no particular order, but I'll just number them, whatever. But they're the 5 biggest mistakes that I see Disney has made. So, number 5, putting Han Solo a Star Wars story in May rather than December. The reason for this is they owned December. They owned Christmas time. Everybody looked forward to going and seeing a Star Wars movie in December. They had huge box offices in December. And opening in May, a lot of kids are still going to be in school. They're not going to get the traffic that they would have in Christmas time. And there's nothing coming out in December of this year, so no big Christmas movies. To me, that's a huge mistake. I know they used to own May, and that's when they used to release all their movies, but they found a real good thing when they started with The Force Awakens in December, and I think they should have kept it going. Now, if they did 2 movies in a year, then you put one in May, one in December, but when you're only having 1 movie coming out, it should have been in December. The number 4 is not utilizing Luke Skywalker more in the new trilogy. So we have The Force Awakens. We get Luke Skywalker for about 10 to 12 seconds. I know they talk about him throughout the movie, but they didn't use him. Then when we get into The Last Jedi, we don't get a Luke Skywalker lightsaber battle, and I think every kid that's grown up to be my age watching Star Wars really wanted to see Luke Skywalker fight, whether it's the Knights of Ren or Kylo Ren. We wanted to see a lightsaber battle with Luke like we had seen in Return of the Jedi, because that was a epic lightsaber battle between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Now, I know he's older, but I know Mark Hamill's in good shape. He could have easily done a great lightsaber battle. It didn't have to be like the prequel lightsaber battles with those young guys like Ewan McGregor and Anakin Skywalker. So they didn't have to do that, but it still could have been an epic lightsaber battle. So not using Luke. They didn't use Luke enough, and now in Episode 9, he's going to be a Force ghost. So how much are you really going to use him? I think they really underutilized Mark Hamill and Luke Skywalker. Number 3, still not releasing the original unaltered trilogy, Episodes 4, 5, and 6, without the special effects. Now, I think the special effects add quite a bit, actually, to The Empire Strikes Back and even Return of the Jedi. However, for nostalgia's sake, Disney could have made a ton of money re-releasing these unaltered. Now, I understand that maybe George Lucas said, no, those movies don't exist anymore, so I'm not selling you those movies. When I turn it over, I'm only turning over the altered with the new special effects. But I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think that they probably got everything. So not releasing those is a big mistake in my opinion, because I would have liked to have watched them again. I know you can get the despecialized editions, but it's just not quite the same. I'd like to have them on Blu-ray. So then we have number 2, announcing a white male director will be helming the first live-action Star Wars TV show on National Women's Day. Now, it took away from this announcement because I have been looking forward to a live-action TV show for a long time, and they announced it on National Women's Day, which put a huge spotlight in social media and on the news networks, and I was watching YouTube channels, and that's all anybody was talking about. So it really took away from Jon Favreau's moment. Do I think that they should have hired a female producer for the live-action TV series? No, I'm not doing the hiring at Lucasfilm. So I think they should hire whoever they think does the best job. Has Star Wars had good representation from women since it's been taken over from Disney? I do believe it has. They've got Kathleen Kennedy helming Lucasfilm. She's a woman. Every one of the movies that has been released up until now, The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rogue One, have all had females in the starring role. So do they have good representation of women? I think they do, but I'm a man, so my opinion clearly doesn't count. I think Jon Favreau is a great choice, but come on, guys. Don't announce something like that on National Women's Day. You know that there's going to be a backlash. And number one, saying at the beginning of all of this that everything's going to be canon. They made a big mistake. It should have just been the movies, TV shows, and animated series that are canon, because you have so many comic books, so many books coming out, so many shorts, all these other things, that it's so impossible for directors and writers to keep track of all the little things. And nerds like me, we look and we go, oh, well, in The Last Jedi, that isn't the first time that Rey and Poe meet. But they make it like it is. Oh, hi, my name's Rey, my name's Poe. But if you actually read the book, the actual novel of The Force Awakens, you'll see in there they met. So, and there's so many more things. I'm not going to bring it up. But you know what? Don't say it's canon if you're not going to have an overall story group. Making sure you just check these little facts. They shouldn't have done it. It should have just been anything on a screen should be canon. That would give more license to writers and comic books to have a little more freedom. Those are what I think the biggest mistakes Disney's made since they've taken over Lucasfilm and Star Wars. Please tell me in the comments section below, what do you think are the biggest mistakes? Or do you think that I'm just, out to lunch on these things? I'd love to know. Please click like, comment. Want to know your guys' thoughts. You can also follow me Facebook and Twitter at MovieGuySci-Fi. If you want to send me an email me at movieguySci-Fi@gmail.com. And remember, everybody, nerds rule the world.